I don't know what should I say, but anyway, this is another course that we have, and mainly we know each other. No need to have much more introduction about myself for you. And I think you have the good or bad experience with me. Uh, anyway, um, we are going to start the digital image processing lecture. It's one of the practical and useful course between your career, in the sense that for your future work, for your future research work, this is one of the basic course that you needed. It's as same as programming, suppose something like C programming that we review 2 years back, or it's very useful as a tools for your even master course or PhD course or any other research work or even job offer that you will have in future. Um, Mainly why I choose this lecture to teach you, because I had some experience regarding that. And beside, um, my intention in teaching is that regularly I want to teach the course which is more practical and useful for the future. Then digital image processing. Today we have some introduction, very very small for the subject, for the uh, word of digital image processing. More introduction we have for the next lecture, the day after tomorrow, and mainly we will discuss about this course. As you know, any lecture, when we want to start first, we should know what is the component of this course, or one is the segment of this course, how we should study, how we should read, what we should not read, and how we should be, we should follow the lectures to have more success education and study. Then I think you should fasten your seatbelt if you want to have the good lecture. You know that this is the fixed part for my PPDs all the semesters. We will learn lots of new things and things this semester, and I'm sure that you will be successful to pass it. Very small introduction. You know me. You know my room. Currently, we are have the online class. The email that you will contact with me is clear, and you know that you will send your assignment through this Yahoo email. Um, we have the lectures for Monday and Wednesday, but the time, due to some students' location problem, we changed it up to 12 on the Beijing time. I will start strictly on 12 and will be finished on time also. The Dingtalk group that we have, in Dingtalk, you can type in this specific group whatever you want and ask even your question in private lectures group of WeChat that we have. I mean, this WeChat group that all of you are familiar with, that we have one AGM lecture, that in that I will announce all the routines for the lectures. Please don't put any text in that as the fixed routine that we have. And you can add this. And if you have any question from the lecture, you can send in private. I will answer you as soon as possible, as usual work that we have. For the book, maybe you ask me which book we should refer. There is the famous book of digital image processing by Gonzalez that we are referred to that. I will share the PDF with you. But with the help of Roy and some previous notes that I had, this semester I made something that make this course more interesting for you, because really the pages on the book are more, and maybe some part we are not cover. Then the book we have as the reference, but we have some add-on part that you can study through that. Then digital image processing by the Gonzalez is the main one, and maybe some part I will refer to the Anil K. Jain, Fundamental of Digital Image Processing. There is lots of book in digital image processing, but Gonzalez is the worldwide reference that people can use it and study from that. This is the fantastic book. Even there is one more book with the target of working with the MATLAB, but uh, I don't have the PDF of that book. We have another approach to the MATLAB. Don't worry, we will do that, and we can study. But really, what is digital image processing? Let me give you some course information. This course is consist of manipulation of image and using the digital computers. After the development in the computers, uh, some working with the image come to the pictures and researcher work, which they are going to increase the ability of the figure, and they started to work on the uh, give more meaning to one picture. I will tell you in the next lectures that there is a nice sentence that they said that an image can talk more than 1,000 words, something like that, and this is 100% correct. The application of this subject is from medicine to entertainment, and so many works, something like geometrical works, something like geographic works, something like various industry which we will see. And if we imagine an image as the function of f and x and y in the 2D point of view, as a variable of x and y, which can be processed digitally, we can see that it can be sampled and transferred into the matrix form, and then the study will be start. Means that if we think and have the idea of image as a matrix, then you will see that so many things can come to the pictures. This digital image processing is consists of manipulation of some finite precision numbers, and the processing of the digital image can be divided into image enhancement and image restoration and analysis and comparison, which we will talk mainly in this course by these three or four subjects. In image enhancement, uh, our image will be manipulated mostly by heuristic techniques so that the human viewer can extract useful information from it. Suppose if I want to find you specifically, your face in the pictures, this enhancement will be useful. In image restoration technique, aim is at processing and of corrupted image. Suppose maybe you have some picture which is related to long back. Something happened to that pictures. I don't know. You drop some water on that. You put in the light of the sun. You um, maybe cut some part of that, and you want to again repair the pictures. Or even if you see recently what people have done, some old movie they start to put the color in that. These are the restoration application which you will see. Suppose the films by which created by Chaplin uh, near to 100 years ago, near to 75 years ago, like that, people started to put the color on that, and then now you can have some nice quality and nice coloring, which is even more interesting nowadays. These will use some statistical and mathematical form to be again repaired. And image analyzing technique permit an image to be processed so that the information that they will put can be automatically extracted from that. If you want to have some example for the image analysis, image segmentation, edge extraction, texture, and motion analysis are the some uh, main work that you can have it. Just do the one that you become familiar with the soundboard and just hear. For the next lecture or rest of the lectures, we will talk more regarding this one. Some important characteristics of image is the huge amount of the information that we have to represent them. And suppose if you even imagine the gray image, they have some resolution up to 512 by 512, and then they need um, lots of bit to represent. Then, if we want to practically work on this digital image, we need to perform some sort of image comparison. Um, and this work, maybe you will see. Suppose if you want to upload your CV or if you want to upload some image on the website, you will see that there is some limit. Suppose like 10 MB or 20 MB, something like that. But the main problem you will see that if you change the size of the figure, the quality also will drop. We want something between these two. We want less amount of the quality, but have maximum information of the in the figure. This is the work that we will follow in this part, and we will see some digital image processing technique that even we decrease the size of the figure, but we have the less amount of the uh, information and quality which will be dropped by this work. You saw this before. We are going to study and introduce some technique by this. Um, we can say that this it's used. This course will use by the graduate student. We can use two things to study about this subject. One nice tools that we have. This is MATLAB, and another one is Python programming, which I know that just this semester you have uh, the Python. Then mm, I prefer to describe this course with the MATLAB as even it's in our syllabus. And maybe Python work we will not do, or maybe we will do. Just now, I didn't decide to use the Python. But my assumption is that you don't have any knowledge about MATLAB and Python. Then don't worry. Uh, for the MATLAB part, we will start, I think, on lecture number 4, means that maybe end of next week or uh, Monday of next to that, we will start the MATLAB work, and you will see that it's very simple. You can learn and do so many things. And you are really lucky, we can say, because MATLAB nowadays uh, become very simple due to the lots of work that people done, and also it's very trustable platform. Uh, And one more things that we can compare this course with suppose 10 years back is that lots of tools add to the MATLABs and lots of function which no need to go much more deep inside the mathematical part. Maybe even some of you ask me how much mathematics we should know, because you know that all these techniques are based on the mathematical part. Uh, I can tell you that we should have some information regarding the uh, mathematical part, but really, I don't want you to mock the equation. I try to introduce all the equation in the practical uh, format, and then we will test most of the technical part inside the MATLAB, and most of the equation that maybe even we don't need to mark them or memorize them, but you should know them. Okay, please have this in your mind. We are not a calculus book to memorize all the uh, formula, but you should know that this formula is available, which part we will use, how we will use. But okay, formula is in the book. You can copy paste it even nowadays by the help of Google and uh, any other search engine. There is not much more need to mod, but you should be available. You should know how to use. This is the tools. I don't want you to reinvent the tools. I want you to use the tools. Then some concept like matrix, solving the system of equation, multivariable calculus, and partial derivation, probability, statistics is essential in order to follow the material which we have in the book. Um, there is something that I think, let me make it clear exactly in this first lecture. Maybe some of you say, what's the difference between image processing and computer vision? Okay, let me make the clear uh, distance, or maybe make a clear border between these two subjects. In the image processing, the research area is with the electrical engineering and signal processing person, and we are focused on syntax of the low-level features. Means that input is image and output is also image. Hmm. Then computer vision, which the research area is with the computer science and artificial intelligence person, and we are using on the symbolic or geometric description of image. Means that if the input is image, the output is face, people, chairs on any object. Means that we want to recognize and extract more feature in the computer vision world. Okay, have this idea maybe later when we talk more on the this subject. You will get more idea about what the difference between the image processing and computer vision job. Let us say, suppose for the goals of the image and video analysis, what we can do, we can have the segment of image into some uh, useful region, something like the boat, if you can see here, or making the forest highlight here, or perform and measure some certain area, something like in this MRI or this medical image that I bring here, which is specified where is the liver, where is the kidney, and so on, and determine the object in the sense, calculate the precise location of them. Suppose some tumor or some abnormal things inside the people body, it can be detected and can be recognized by this method. Visually inspect and manufacture object, which is nowadays it's become much more demand between the industry to have the visual QC, but not by the people, by the machine. Maybe we go to construct the 3D model of the image object. You know that nowadays even to making the object faster, people will use the 3D printer. Then some prior to the 3D printer, there is some 3D scanning, which people will use the image. And you know that maybe you have the picture, just one picture, which is 2D. It has two dimension from one object, but you want to make it in the 3D. Okay. Then some part which will come hidden in the um, Z part of or ZD of the image should be generate by the image. That is the beauty of this image analysis. And some interesting events in video. Maybe um, nowadays you hear about the uh, deep fake videos. Suppose you are not present in any place, you were not in any meeting, but they can put your pictures and your even movement or even your habits and your method of speaking even inside a video and show to others that suppose he was here, he doing something like that, which is, I think it's horrible, and it's out of the ethic. But anyway, it's going on. We should think over that. If we talk more regarding the computer vision part, we can say that we have three levels. One is low level, uh, which we can say image processing part. Input is image, output is image. Mid-level one, we can say that input is image, output is some features, and high level, which is input is feature, output is analysis. Let me show you some example regarding these three levels. In the low level, suppose you will see I have some figure or some picture which is not have the good quality or it's blurry. Then I can work on that and make it sharper. Okay, I can reconstruct the image and make it nice. Okay, it's very good. You know that uh, even before this digital camera come to the picture, when you took the photo, it will take suppose 1 day, 2 day to understand that uh, photo is not good or it's good. Okay, then maybe you lost one event, and then uh, that photo didn't have the good quality. Suppose uh, in the games, in the Olympic Games or some other important event in the world, okay, you will see that there is the few pictures that they are good, and but if that time digital camera was there, we had lots of good image. But uh, what was the problem was that so many or number of figures are didn't have the good quality. And one of our work is here. We are working on the quality of the features and make them much more clear. Um, if we go for the next level of the image, uh, suppose we can have one figure and we can have some filter on that. We want to suppose specify the edge by canny, which we will do that. With the mid-level one, you will see that you can have some data extract and then insert the image there, and then you will make the uh, edge or circular arts and like segments more highlighted. You will see that I work on this photo and make it um, some informative related to the application that I have. Suppose if I want to count the number of flower in this, maybe by hand it's difficult, but with this method, make the um, edge, we can count it maybe easier or better. And with the mid-level, suppose some original image is something like this, suppose, with the help of data structure and some method like k-means clustering, which followed by connected components analysis, you can find the region as homogeneous color, and maybe you can uh, highlight the object. Suppose if the object, my aimed object is the building that you can see in this figure, I can highlight it easily with this, and then it will be more informative. The main domain of image processing is based on the target that we have. Suppose in this figure, even we can have a target of the pedestrian of the people are walking in the road. Okay, with that also we can work and have some other method to extract them from the image. And maybe from low to high level, we can do something like that. We can have the image and then find the edge of image. And in the mid level, we can um, make some cluster. And then in the high level, you can just extract the uh, building. And if your target is first building or second target or second building, you can uh, specify this target. Um, Anyway, there was some example and some word that I wanted you review. So just hear that, I can say. Later on in this topic, we will talk some of them, and some of them are advanced course for the digital image processing. And you know that there is no end for learning. Always we have new techniques. We have mixture of the techniques. We have mixture of the method that we can study and enjoy. Um, Maybe some of you ask how we can have the grade in this course. This is something that I plan. We have the midterm exam and test and task even for 40%. 20% we have maybe for the project, and 40% for the final exam. This I sent to our school, and maybe I wish not, but maybe we have the online exam. Then, if we have the online exam, I think 40% is much more enough. And your performance during the course is have the more weightage of the uh, lectures. I mean that sending the task on time, having the mark on the task, as usual course that you have before with me, this time has more valuable. Um, this is how you can help yourself. Then again, fasten your seatbelt and study then to become successful for this course. Then to have the good resources. First is something that this semester I plan for you is some small lecture note, uh, which I will give you and share in the MOOC system. The PDF reference book, which is from this book, which is from the Gonzalez book. This PDF also I will share. Second is the PPT that we have. And third is the video which we will share on the MOOC as well as uh, YouTube. Please watch the videos of the lectures. Maybe you need to repeat more and more. Do it and do the task. Then we can say that first step to get the 100 from this course is that you should attend all the lecture and maybe have some piece of paper in front of you, note down the some subject exactly like the real class that we have. Send all homework and try to solve it and learn from the solution that we will share. Third is that study the PPT and video on MOOC system. I know that some of you may have the problem with the MOOC, but we should load on the MOOC by the university rules and regulation. You can see the YouTube. I know that for the YouTube you don't have the limitation. Uh, I wish that this semester also I have the help uh, from Roy that we can load on YouTube. And 4 is that ask your question during the course. In private, you know that 100% I will answer you. And there is no doubt. And even I become more happy if you ask the question. And the 5 is that read my lecture note and PPT. Then I'm sure that if you pass this 5 step, you will be 100% successful to pass the course. As I tell you, maybe very short brief, uh, I should give you about the MATLAB, that which is one of the tools and one of the uh, things that we will study and use in this course. It's MATLAB, which is one of the powerful software, which is come from MathWork, and based on that, you can do lots of nice job. One of things that we will specifically study is the digital image processing toolbox, which they put inside the MATLABs, and we will do the coding and all this job. It's very simple. Even I made already some tutorial for you to study the MATLAB better, and some lecture which we have. I think on lecture 4 or 5, we have the MATLAB working. Um, Later on, maybe by the next lecture, I will tell you how to install and maybe share the software for you. Just give me 1 or 2 days that I will tell you. Please try to install the MATLAB before we reach the lecture number 4 and 5. Then in that time, you will be freely to use and don't have a problem how to use it, how to install it. All these things I will share with you, and you will enjoy MATLAB. It's very powerful, and it's like the ocean. Still, I didn't see any person who know all the part. I didn't see any person who work with all the toolbox. And every year, every release, they change it and make it much more better. Okay, maybe some of you interested to know the topics that we will go. First, we will talk regarding the digital image fundamentals, lights, electromagnetic spectrum, some parts of the eye, some main topics, and some main concept regarding the pixel region boundaries, distance measure, and some application. In the second part, we go for the image enhancement in spatial domain and basic gray level transformation, histogram processing using the some arithmetic and logic operation, and some frequency domain. In the third part, we go for the image restoration, some various noise model, and how we can generate the noise, see the performance of the image, how we should remove the noise on the image, and so on. Then we go for the color image processing, and we will do some color transfer. Then we go for the image comparison and image segmentation. Um, Maybe for part 4, 5, and 6, we have brief, but 1, 2, 3, we have more weightage and description. It's related to the time that we have. For image segmentation specifically, I don't think that we can have more than 1 and 2 lectures. The subject is more. Let us see what we can do based on this subject. I think it's okay for today now, and uh, every lecture I will try to give you some even sentence from some person to take the Nobel Prize. You can also study these and learn from the others. Anyway, that's okay for today lecture. I think if you have any question, now we can discuss, or otherwise, it's okay for today. We will see the day after tomorrow, and we will start the real subject.